I started it with 2 whole chickens simply because this way it was cheaper. I filleted 4 thighs and 4 wings, roughly chopped them up so they will cook well. The other parts will make a great toast and also a soup later. You can just buy thigh fillets or wings or basically any part you prefer. Just make sure that the pieces are not that huge. Cut up a bell pepper. Personally, I would go with the green ones because they are not that sweet. I smashed and chopped 2 big pieces of garlic, diced up a medium-sized onion, and got 200 grams or maybe a pound of chorizo. This adds some fat and also taste to start the food with. For cooking, probably you just go with the cheapest one or the simplest sausages you can get. The firewood I had was so bad, I think I spent around half an hour lighting the fire. I only had a few pieces of paper and no fire starter at all, so I think it was only me to blame there, but I learned my lesson. So after around half an hour later, I finally managed to get the fire going, so started to heat up my pan. Once the pan was hot, I added the chorizo. Thankfully it added quite good amount of fat, so I didn't need to put more oil in it. I was quite happy for that because I forgot to bring the oil with me as well. I removed all the sausage slices when they were ready. I didn't want to leave them in, otherwise they would have fallen apart. In goes the chicken, then the onion and the garlic. I browned these for a bit. The bell pepper can go in now. I wanted it to fall apart, so that is why they went in first. A couple of minutes later, I added maybe a cup of chopped tomatoes, some salt, pepper. Then, to substitute the super expensive saffron, I added turmeric and smoked paprika. You can just use normal paprika, but I didn't have that at home. And I love paprika, so I probably put a little bit more than I should have. Now goes the rice, a cup approximately. Make sure that you don't use long grain or brown rice. Try to get paella rice, or if you can't get that one, try the risotto rice. That is what I also had. They are both short grain and they will absorb the liquid quite nicely. Also, in my opinion, when the short grain rice fries a little bit in the bottom of the pan, that will add some nice taste to your food. Roughly 1 portion of rice needs around 3 portions of liquid by volume. Use stock and put around 2 cups in, as we have already added a cup of chopped tomatoes before. I used chicken stock, but if you do the more traditional Valencian paella, that is with seafood, you might want to consider and use fish stock. You can also get vegetable stock if you do a vegan paella. Since we cook paella and not risotto, do not stir it, so it won't become mushy. Or at least this is what experts say. As a side note, this is something for me to test in the future. I added back some of the chorizo, but also kept a couple of pieces for finishing. Good to have some heterogeneity. Now we just need to wait. Just before it was ready, I added some frozen green peas. They look very nice visually, but also add some nice taste. They barely need any cooking, so make sure that you put them just before the food is ready. Otherwise, the bright color would go away and also the texture would change. It needed a tiny bit more liquid. I took the pan off the fire just before it was ready, so as it cooled, it soaked up the extra liquid. Make sure you don't forget the parsley and lemon. Squeezed lemon is amazing and is a must with paella.